Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.
Another surprise!
Out of the blue.
You want that with fries?
Out of the blue. Come with me across the sea on a barbecue. We're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies!
Out of the blue.
You want some chili with those fries?
Out of the blue.
Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Out of the Blue. Today's program comes from Laura in South Australia. Laura is a rural town in the mid-north, the Southern Flinders Ranges region of South Australia and just east of Port Pirie. Now Laura has a few claims to fame. One being that it was the birthplace of Australian poet and writer C.J. Dennis, much respected early identity of Laura. His father was the licensee of the Beetaloo Reservoir Hotel, and Clary Dennis spent much of his youth in Laura. There's another famous resident in Laura, and that's Golden North Ice Cream, which we'll visit a little later. But first, let's check out Bovalina Olive Oil, which I visited on my way up here. Angelo, tell us about the history of Bovalina. Where did it all start?
My grandfather migrated to Australia in 1957. He came here and bought this land in the Adelaide Plains, and whilst having this land was working in the glass factory. Mm-hmm. And in the late 60s brought the rest of my father's family over, and they started market gardening. In 97 we started planting the trees, and in late 2001 we put the processing plant in.
With these trees now, are they, would you call them sort of mature olive trees?
At their stage here they are. Not like the old style in Europe, but in Australia they are mature.
Angelo, these trees are laden with beautiful olives, so you pick those. What's the next step?
From here, the harvester will come in and pick them. Then we'll go into the factory and go through a de-leafer and make sure that we don't get any foreign product. And that will go then into a washer with a hydro bath that actually gives them a nice wash, and then into the crushing. We'll actually just crush them all up with a hammer mill, and then it goes into the molasses. And the molasses is where the olives will sit for 45 minutes to help release the oil from the cell walls. And then the olives go into a separation, we centrifugally separate them with a separator and centrifuge.
When does it actually go into a bottle? Does it go into a bottle straight away?
No. We keep it in our storage vats for 3 to 4 months. In the first 4 to 8 weeks, we actually go from one storage tank to another by taking off the residue at the bottom. And then after the 3rd or 4th month, the olive oil is at a stage where it is ready to be bottled.
Angelo, we go into the supermarket and there's just rows of different olive oils. First press, cold press, a lighter, some are ultra light. I mean, where do you sit, an Australian olive oil producer? Where do we sit?
Our oil sits as a cold pressed, first press product.
Premium
Even though
product.
we don't press it, we extract it centrifugally. Our first press factory is that we extract it with the first run. So after the byproduct comes out, that goes totally to waste, and we have an extra virgin olive oil.
That's the best
That's the
olive
premium
oil.
product, yes.
Right.
In Europe, they do get away with actually processing it again, and it's not actually a physical extraction anymore, it's a chemical extraction, where they add chemicals to it to extract more oil out of the waste product. By doing that, they don't get a coloured oil, they get like a very clear oil. Having a clear oil, they get away with pure and extra light, and the extra light means it's extra light in colour, not extra light in flavour or...
Yes. I didn't know that.
And adding chlorophyll to give it a colour, because you don't get green oil all year round.
Now here we are, hot off the bottling line. We're just going to try one of these. I'll just put that there. And I've got my cup, and this is what you should look for in olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. First of all, the colour, and you can see that there, it's just absolutely superb. The viscosity, oh, and that herbaceous smell is just wonderful. But this is the test. Oh, when that hits the back palate, it's a sense of warmth, and it's beautiful, it's a bite. That's what you look for. So to be assured that the olive oil is the best, we should look for an Australian extra virgin olive oil.
Absolutely. You can guarantee that it's been met the standard in Australia. It's been crushed and stored within the proper requirements, and hasn't spent a long time getting here on a boat you can guarantee that you're buying a quality extra virgin olive oil and preferably, hopefully, Bovalina.
Don't go away. We collect some free-range eggs for Adam's amazing pasta recipe. I can't wait.
John Rhodey here. We're at our free-range egg farm, which is just south of Tarlee at the edge of the Clare Valley, and here with our birds that are out free-ranging here and scratching around and having a good life on our farm. We started eggs a long, long time ago, which was actually back in the late 50s with my father and my late mother. And then as we moved through, we basically decided to become free range, and over a period of probably since 98, we've built 8 sheds which hold 5,000 birds. They're 50 metre long, and the birds are in and out of them during the day, working out into these range areas and feeding, watering and laying eggs inside the shed in specially designed nest boxes. And they basically get let out every day and they go in every night. The free range egg farming that we do provides people with a really genuine product, and as you can see, these birds are behaving in their natural way, which is really important for an egg farmer.
The one thing I really wanted to know from John was, how do you cook the perfect poached egg?
Well, we'll have a bit of a go at this, Michael. No guarantees. I'll get that water about boiling, which it is there. I'll put a little bit of vinegar in there, which is plenty. Yeah. Crack there, drop him in. Got to have 2, you've got to have 2 eggs,
yes,
can't have one. And then we're in there. And now I'll just let that quietly boil.
How long would you leave them in there for?
A couple of minutes.
John, a lot of us keep eggs in the fridge for a while. What's the difference between an egg like that and a fresh egg?
Well, I think a fresh egg will hold together better and will poach better and will present better on your plate. And I think, and if you're not poaching, if you're frying, egg rings are obsolete. You don't eat egg rings because the eggs will stay together. And that's a sign of a fresh egg when they nicely hold together.
Is that right?
Yeah.
John, I noticed you put a little bit of white vinegar in there. What's the reason for that?
Just so the egg holds together. That's the old wives' tale. And I know salt is used as well, but it's just so it congeals the egg.
Yeah, well, it certainly worked.
Yeah, it looks
they
like
look
it is.
fabulous.
Must be really
This
close.
is getting close to the pointy end, isn't it, now? Look at that.
Just get a bit of the water off so you don't want soggy toast.
Oh,
There you go.
Boy, look at that.
As long as you don't put tomato sauce on it, it's a good egg.
Well, this is the taste test. Look, oh, look at the yolk.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
John. That's beautiful.
Very good. I'm pleased.
That egg would only be hours old, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be, definitely, yes.
No, it's
definitely,
fantastic.
definitely today.
G'day, Adam. How you
Cool, how are you? Whoa.
I heard you wanted some eggs. How
I
about
do.
those? 800 gram Rhodey Clare Valley free range eggs.
Well, like you bought me the 800 jumbos.
They are the jumbos, so
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this dish.
Well, Michael, you know, I thought about it. I'm going to make a fettuccine carbonara. But
I
traditional,
love it.
no cream.
No.
It's all about the eggs and the pasta.
Well, that's always put you off a little bit, doesn't it? When you see it, and you know all that cream's in it, so no cream.
No cream, it upsets me.
All right, there you
Traditionally, no cream.
All
That's
right,
what we're doing.
Good luck. I'll watch with interest.
Good man. Well, I'm excited about using these beautiful 800 gram eggs here, so I'll put them aside. Firstly, I need to chop up some pancetta. So now, if you're not a fan of pancetta, you could just use bacon, but traditionally it is using pancetta, so just dice that up. Now, your pan needs to be nice and warm. Olive oil and butter at this point. Colour knobs in they go. In with the pancetta, nice and hot. Get that sizzle, you want to see the sizzle. So whilst the pancetta's cooking away, I need to get my eggs out. So I'm using 4 eggs, 3 whole eggs and 1 yolk. Aha, look at these beautiful free range eggs. Look at the size of these things. This is what gets me excited about cooking. When you get a product like this, straight in 1, oh, the yolk. 2, 3. Now, this one here, I have to split it. There we go, okay. Now, good amount of cracked pepper. We have some Parmesan, some pecorino. I'm using both because I want the bite from the pecorino, that sharpness, that real bitiness with our eggs and our pasta. Pinch of salt. Just give that a whisk. So I can see that my pancetta is getting nice and golden. I need to get my pasta into the pan. Now I've cooked off my pasta beforehand to al dente, nice and firm to the bite. Now I'll refresh it in some hot water. I'm going to take it straight out into the pan and then fold through our egg mix. So the pasta takes on the flavour from the pancetta. We take our egg mix, turn the heat off the pan and straight in. And this is your carbonara right here, ladies and gentlemen. No cream. Now fold it through with the heat from the pasta and our beautiful San Remo fresh fettuccine there. It's just going to coat the pasta. Oh, I love it. That beautiful fresh fettuccine there. Now, where's Michael?
Here he is. That is sensational. Look at the colour. I won't destroy that. Just let me try this.
That should be just heavenly.
I wish a shoulder.
I'll just get down to your level. How about that?
No, it's amazing. San Remo fettuccine carbonara. Free range eggs. Boy, nothing like it. After the break, it's time for ice cream. And there's no other like good old Golden North. You know, you can't step foot into Laura without tucking in some Golden North ice cream. Oh.
The history of Golden North's fairly long. It started in the late 1800s when the Boker family started making ice on site to transport their fruit and veg up to Broken Hill on the train, and they gradually moved into dairy products. In 1923, when we got a regular supply of electricity in Laura, we started making ice cream, and we've been making ice cream here ever since. The Boker family owned it until 1985, and since then it's changed owners a few times, and now there's 5 families in Adelaide that own it and all work in the business.
Now Ricky, this is just a small part of the range here at Golden North. What have we got?
All right, so we start off with our premium honey.
This is a dream come true, you know, trying doing all this.
So this is made with real honey sourced locally from bees around the area.
That is real honey, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's beautiful. That's one of our most popular products.
Wow.
We always use the best ingredients we can buy and source them locally as much as we can, but always the best quality ingredients, which gives you the best product in the end.
So next we've got our new Sumptuous range that's just been released. So this first one here, our Sumptuous with a chocolate biscuit that's sourced from Kyneton's Bakery. This next one's a honey crunch, so that's got honey pieces made by Robin Menz.
I said to myself when we knew we were doing this story, I was not going to do this. I was not going to sample all the ice cream.
No chance, no chance.
Wow.
Golden North ice cream is pretty unique and special because it's very traditional. I've been here 36 years and the Golden North branded products are still the same recipe that we were using when I started 36 years ago.
So this is a vanilla bean with pistachio nuts.
Okay, here we go again. Kids, don't try this at home.
All right, so this is our Sumptuous 500ml fruit choc. So this has got real fruit pieces from Robin Menz as well.
Oh, that is something else. They're not beautiful.
They are beautiful.
We're always looking to improve our range of impulse lines and bar products like the Giant Twins, bring out different flavours and new products. And just in the future, innovation's a big thing. We're looking at different products and at the moment we're going through a process of expanding the factory to allow that to happen a lot more and increase our range.
And then to finish off with the old favourite, our Giant Twin.
Now, how old would that be? Like just a few hours old?
Yeah, that would have only been made probably the last couple of weeks. So.
Oh! Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Wow, Ricky, thank you very much.
Not bad, not bad.
You wait until you see what George does with a Golden North ice cream. A real twist on a traditional Greek sweet.
Hi everyone. I can tell you that one of the most common questions that I get asked as a traditional Greek pastry chef is how do you make baklava? I normally don't like to share a lot of the business secrets out. However, today I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to make a traditional baklava using almond. And as you've seen a little bit earlier, you've visited Golden North where they make this beautiful ice cream. I'm going to do something with a bit of a twist towards the end, but you're going to have to wait till then to have a look at it.
In this pot,
I've put sugar, water, cloves, cinnamon sticks and a squeeze of lemon. This is our sugar syrup. On the stove it goes to gently boil until all combined. We're using filo pastry. Now the filo pastry, what you don't want to do is start making your baklava, then the phone rings, you get on there and you talk to your friends or family and then let it dry out, because when filo pastry goes dry, it becomes very brittle and it becomes harder to work with. So what we want to do is work reasonably quickly, and we're going to get straight into it. I add the breadcrumbs to the crushed almond mix with a good sprinkling of cinnamon. I just put a half a cup of breadcrumbs in there, because what that's going to do is later on that mix, it's going to help retain the syrup so that it doesn't run everywhere. Now we begin the layering of filo pastry and butter. Now you can't be shy here, lots of butter is better. In goes each sheet overlapping the other. After I've done a couple of layers of filo pastry on each side, so it's pretty much each side we've got 2 layers, we've got a good base, then what we do is we'll make a couple of more layers down the bottom. So we'll just lightly butter, and in that one layer, and then after the third one, I just put that, and before I put the butter, we put 1 good cup of the almond in. And then we continue the process. We put about 4 layers of filo pastry in between each layer of almond, so that when it's done, it's got nice character to it. The top is brushed with butter, cut, garnished with cloves, and put in the oven at 175 degrees centigrade for 50 minutes. Once the baklava is golden brown and still very hot, I pour over the sugar syrup and it soaks it all up. Now, that little something I was going to tell you towards the end there was we've got our baklava here that's beautiful and ready to go. It's cooled down, come to room temperature. We have our fantastic vanilla flavoured Golden North ice cream, which goes well with what we're about to do. You get yourself a nice large bowl, empty it into the bowl, mix it in, and then what we do with our baklava over here, we take out the cloves that we put on the top, cut it up nice and rough so it's nice and rustic. We will basically put the baklava into the ice cream, and then we fold it through, and now use the same container, and we basically will put it back in the container, and then you'll put this back in your freezer. Let it set and then bring it out and you will have the best flavoured baklava ice cream I promise you've ever tried. And there you have it, my famous baklava recipe.
That's it for our show today. Hope you've enjoyed all the delicious recipes and fabulous Laura.
Come on, no one's getting them. They're all mine.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and visit our website for recipes and story information. See you next time.
Hang on, fly. Right. Hard. Another fly. Ready?
Just doing a rain dance.
You know, they are one of the miracles. Miracles, eh? Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.